In preparation for the remote assessment, lecturers will come to their official email. From the official email, they will click on the Google app here. Click on the Google app, you come to calendar, as it is very easy for us to invite the students through the calendar, and we need to invite the students one by one for us to be able to achieve what we want to achieve. So if we have 100 students, you will invite them one by one through the Google Meet. ICT is still working on how to do the bulk invitation. We have not achieved that, and I'm not sure whether we'll be able to achieve that before the examination day. So let's just understand that at present, we're going to invite our students through the Google Calendar. We schedule the meet. Okay, we schedule the meet from the Google Calendar one by one. Now, I want to invite some of my staff now for this kind of exam. And I look at the dates. We also want to suggest that invitation should be 12 hours before the examination so that students will not be confused. If we have multiple invitation, you will not be confused as to what and what they need to bring for the, I mean, when they need to log in, what they need to click, and then how they need to click. Because if this subject and that subject, inviting them over 24 hours, over 36 hours, they might not know which is which. So we want to limit our invitation to within 12 hours so that they will understand this is the last one that came in and this particular subject, and we are able to fix it up. All right, so my exam is tomorrow morning, and there is still almost how many hours now? Let's say 12 hours to that place. So this is okay tomorrow. Let's say tomorrow evening. So I will look for the period here. Let's by 3 p.m. I click there, and it has opened for me the calendar schedule. So what I need to do is to put the title, uh, GST 112 exam for Fumi Layo Owolabi. This is very important so that we be able to see easily on the titles. By the time we have so many of them, you'll be able to see who is what, which one belongs to who. So it is very important that you use the course code and you put exam there for who. So very important. Now it is July, and then it is 4 3 p.m. to, even if the exam is 1 hour, please let's use 2 hours duration so that we'll be able to see the student. Now, the guests, I will add the students here. We need to have the emails of all our students. Now, F will be there. Your student might not likely to show, so you need to add the students. Okay, so now if you have more than 4 students that will be taking your exam, and you are inviting the students, and you want ICT also to help you, we are going to give you the email addresses of the ICTs and the maximum supervision they can assist you in doing. If you want your examination officer or your uh, course registration officer or the HOD to participate in the exam. You just add the name, also you add the email address. Now I want ICT to participate in this. I will say ICT, or any of the ICT staff. I can say ICT at AUL to participate in this supervision. Or I can put O Adegoke. That's an ICT staff. I can put his name there to participate in this invitation. So this is my student that I want to administer this exam to. This is the supervisor or the invigilator for this particular exam. Okay, so you click on Google Meet and it has opened up there. Then you might likely need to put some instruction for the students. If there's any instruction that they need to follow during the exam that is peculiar to yours, you put it there. If it's exam.net, you can put it there. Here also, well, don't let us put the exam.net code. We will find a means of doing that when we get there. You will put in the exam.net code on the exam.net chat. Now you save. When you save it, it will tell you, would you like to send invitation email to Google Calendar guests? You will say what? Yes. Immediately you click yes, it will send invitation to all the people that you have placed in that particular uh, add guest. So now I'm saying no, but you will click send. I'm saying dismiss because I don't want to program that. So by the time the exam starts, you will click join with Google Meet. When you join the Google Meet, it will take you to Google Meet, and we have already instructed our students on how they will join the Google Meet also. And once the two of them meet there, the students and the invigilator meets on the Google Meet, they'll be able to see, the student will be seeing the invigilator. I mean, the invigilator will be seeing the student, but the student will not be seeing the invigilator. That's how we program it. So once this joined, we will meet on the Google Meet. So that is very, very important. So once you have done that, then we are ready to start our examination. So you send it and it will show here. You can have multiple students. As we have said, you will need multiple students for this particular days. Let me see one of the invites that I have done, and we are able to, this is invites. So you see how it says invitation MTH 211 exam for Precious INE, and it was scheduled for 18 July. And the people invited, the person that did the invitation is S Okoro at AUL. The person invited is Precious INE at student.aul.ng, and O Ekundayo at aul.ng was added to invigilate. Please, we ICT is not going to take full responsibility for the examination that we want to conduct. Lecturers must be available to supervise and to tell us if those people that we are seeing are actually their students. ICT do not know all the students on the campus. So lecturers must be available to show us that the person we are seeing writing the exam is actually the students that they know. Because students, if they know that it's only ICT, knowing fully well that ICT do not know them, can call another person to come and write the examination for them. And if that is the case, that will be a serious breach of our integrity. So this is how the invitation will come out. And I believe once we click this, we'll be able to meet the students on the uh, on the Google Meet, to start the examination. So that is about the preparation for the exam. Now let's go to exam.net. The exam.net is very important. Well, our own CBT is just straightforward, and we have told the students how to full their screen, how to share their camera, and how to open to unmute their mic. So, but however, lecturers need to introduce more things to their students when they want to conduct exam through the exam.net. Exam.net has so many other facilities that student can make use of. If I click on this examination that I'm trying to prepare now this is an examination. Okay, I go back there. I want to let me just do the editing. I give in the title SMS 323. That's my title, and then I put write your examination here. I have already added my examination through my Word. These are the information I need from the students. These are what the students will feel. Please, probably we may not need all, but well, the lecturers will decide what it needs from the students. And as usual, we are not to open the exam until ICT said we are all set. If you are handling only one student or only two, and you are doing it outside ICT exam location, then you decide what to use. So the right area is open for the students because we understand some lecturers don't open the right area. Now we have spell check. Well, we don't want that for our English students, but if there's any other department that wants the spell check to be opened, that you don't want bad grammar from the students, and then you want them to give the right grammar, then you can open spell check for them in English so that they will be able to have a good English there. That is, if you are not marking the English that the students are writing. So you can open up spell check for them to be able to see the particular grammar that is quite wrong or spelling that is quite wrong. So you can open the spell check, but for English lecturers, you will not open this because you mark grammar. Then handwriting, scan handwriting solution with mobile phone. We don't want this because it can give room for exam malpractice. The other tools we want to introduce are in the subject tools. We have things like drawing tools. We have things like calculator. We have GeoGebra. We have Desmond. We have mathematics formula, and we have programming. I put all this on so that if there is any lecturer that needs them for his examination, can actually put them to use. So these are very important. And once you put them on and you are through, we are still using allow any browser as we don't want everything to be too tight. So, but another basic thing that lecturers must take note of is these settings for the lower security mode. Many lecturers come here and they put 90 seconds. We don't want that. Some put 60 seconds. We don't want that. There'll be no integrity on this exam. And these students will just cut off and be writing the exam at our back without monitoring. So what we want is require explanation and manual unlock by the teacher. That is exactly what we want. I said require explanation and manual unlock. So when you put it on manual unlock until it comes back and then share the screen and we are able to see what it's doing before it will be unlocked by the lecturer. We don't want 90 seconds, we don't want 60 seconds, we don't want 30 seconds. We don't want that. We want require explanation and manual unlock. it must be manually unlocked by the lecturer. Please, this is very, very crucial. Manual unlock by the lecturer. Please, if you come to ICT and you are bringing 30 seconds or 90 seconds, we will tell the management that the examination has no integrity. We have experienced many of these, and we do not want a situation whereby the examination will be unlocked within 30 seconds and the students will be writing the exam and will not be seeing their paper, will not be seeing what they are doing, and will not be seeing their faces. Please, they might have mastered and thought that, well, they can cut off and continue within 90 seconds. Please, we don't want that. I'm emphasizing it and it's very, very crucial. Thank you. So, manual unlock by the teacher and then you save. Right. Now, I want to preview the exam that I've set. Please, this is also very important. You preview the exam that you have set, that yes, is open, is perfect, is all right, that the students, this is where you will see what and how the students are faring. So you experience students method, student page through the preview examination. Okay, I'm previewing the exam now and it's opening up the exam page for me. Though I've previewed it before, I don't know whether it will still open up for me. Once it's open up, I'll be able to make use of. Okay, so preview the exam as a student. You have chosen to preview the exam. Yes, begin exam. So this is my examination. All right. And another thing we need to take note of here in exam.net is giving us this ideology that students having 22% might not be able to complete the exam with that. So the best thing is to advise our students, please go and charge your system before you continue this exam. And we ask them to lock out, which is better for them, rather than telling us after they have seen the question and telling us, yes, this is what has happened and that is what has happened. So once we see the percentage of the battery, we quickly tell the students, you cannot complete this exam with this percentage. Please go and do the needful. Either you are charging your system, or if we don't see the percentage of your system increasing, we will lock you out. If your system battery is dropping, we will lock you out. So with 22%, it will not be possible. You see, it has changed to 21% now. So it will not be possible for them to complete the exam with less than probably 60% or at worst 50%. So these are the available tools and we can avail the students of this. We have the formula sheets. See, if you want our students to have access to this, they can be provided. We have the programming tool for computer students. You can write your program in JavaScript. You can write the program in Python, and then you save the program or you run the code for them to test the code if you want them to have access to that. We have calculator also, and then we have all these other tools. We have drawing tools that they can make use of and then draw anything that yes you might want them to draw. So please, they can save and then do some other things and then get back to the uh, exam stop. So that is what we need to do. So once they are through, they will submit to us. And when they submit to us, uh, then we'll be able to download. Please let's take note that yes, all these things before you put them in the examination, we should have gone through with our students on how to make use of them so that we will not just we not just take the we not just take for granted that our students can make use of this exam. So better still, like accounting students, we have a table here that can easily be used, you know, saying what kind of tables do we want. See, you can make good tables, and then once you paste it like that, you'll be moving from one cell to the other and be able to type anything you want to type, and you'll be able to format very well. So like, we need to actually go through all this with our students so that we can have a good presentation and not a scattered presentation. So we need to go through the the stuff with our students is very, very important. We should be rest assured that our students cannot copy and paste in the exam.net. They cannot copy and paste. That is what it will be showing if they try to copy and paste. And if they want to discuss with the teacher or with the lecturer, there is a teacher chat. They should not leave that page. They should not leave that page, and their timing will be counting. All right. So they just click on chat and then send a message to the lecturer. Because we are seeing their screen, we are seeing their mouse, we are seeing the movement, and we are seeing their faces. So it is very easy for us to monitor. And then I believe this is an examination with integrity. So before you open the exam, please come to surveillance, and you will see the title, and you will set the timer for the students. One thing we notice is exam.net does not time out the students. It doesn't submit or force them to submit. The first submission for students is manual. It is manual. So, and then you need to close. Once you open the exam, you should also remember to close the exam after you are through. You know, even once you open the exam, you'll see what is written here. Once all the students have started, you may decide that yes, you will close the exam, and it's saying that this will prevent new students, but it will not affect current students. So once all your students are already in the exam, they've started the exam, you might decide to close it so that you will not forget, so that there will not be anybody sending the code to students that have not started and wants to do some kind of malpractice. He will not be able to log in again. So all these precautions are very important for our lecturers so that nobody will come up in the future and say that the examination conducted online has no integrity. Of course, what else do we need if we're able to see the screen of our students and we're able to see their face and all these precautions are taken? So, if there is any other loopholes in what we have done or what we are doing, well, our lecturers can still tell us. We are actually open for ideas that can make us to improve in all this. You know, uh, in ICT unit, our motto, our mission is what? The culture of continuous improvement. Culture of continuous improvement. We want to improve on a daily basis. So you'll be able to click that, close that when the students have started. It says it will not affect them. So once your students are through, what you need to do, if you don't know how many minutes or how many times you don't want to use set manual time, you just set the timer here and you come here and be watching. As the invigilator, is monitoring the screen of the students and the face of the students. The lecturer can be using the surveillance and results to actually monitor the students also, to see those that have logged in and those that have logged out, and be able to do the right thing for them. And we'll be able to have, so through this, we'll be able to have uh, an integrity. If it's not 100%, at least we'll be able to get 90% of what we have done. I believe this tutorial will help somebody to be able to achieve the right process in conducting remote examination or remote assessment on during this pandemic period.